All right, so I want to get to this Facebook post. So we're gonna shift gears again, and so Rachel McGarry, I think she posted this in the guild, but she says here to brag about Dan Schnurbush's course we have all been waiting on for Airtable case management for lawyers. If you are like me and have listened to his podcast, bugged him about Airtable, spent countless nights creating your own system, this is the course for you. Tyson brought up recently on his podcast about the price of case management systems for really anything. I think this has to do with really about kind of what we are talking about before being more expensive just because yada yada. So then, but you created this. I guess a course, right? So Airtable case management for lawyers, right? So tell me about this because But by the way, this is not some sort of promoted thing, not a promotion thing. I just wanted to ask Dan about this so people don't know. Like, we're not trying to push some product, but I do recommend it for Dan if you're using Airtable because I trust Dan really, as you can tell, he knows what the hell he's talking about. He from a technical standpoint. So what made you want to take the time to build this course? And what's in it? What are they gonna hear about? Because I'm very curious. Yeah. I don't use Airtable, but I'm very curious what's in it.
So last year, 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, I started doing some one-on-one legal technology consulting with some law firms, and it was kind of difficult, honestly, to define an offer that was useful and scalable, and actually helpful and cost effective. Because when you're already an owner of a business, like doing the one-to-one work with people, it's hard to, especially when it's tech and there's a lot of people out there, it's hard to be like, yeah, I'm going to need you to pay, well into the 5 figures for this sort of thing. And it was hard to come up with an offer. So the one-to-one consulting just wasn't working that well. It was demanding a lot of my time. And it was so technical that I was like having difficulty finding anybody that could actually do the type of stuff that we were working on to help. So but I still really like helping people with legal technology, and I'm in love with the idea of structuring your own database, making sure you have control over your data and accessibility, and getting comfortable with, as an attorney, writing your own app. Like if you're not comfortable with, your Clio or whatever you're using, if it's not delivering, if it's not allowing you to automate a process that you really want to automate, and spoiler alert, like almost anything can be automated. If you're feeling limited by that, for me, the answer was, well, let's try and build my own app in Airtable. There's no coding involved. It's just drag and drop interface, connecting it to a database. And when I say database, I just mean it looks like a glorified Excel spreadsheet with multiple tables, and they're just connected to each other, right? Like, don't let that scare the crap out of you. It's just multiple tables of, here's my contacts table, here's my matters table, here's my tasks.
It does kind of have a crappy name because it makes it, I think, I will say it makes it sound like it's more complicated than probably what it is.
Yeah. So you're just defining, this is my list of contacts, this is my list of matters, and then we're connecting them together, right? That's all a case management system is. It's just tables of contacts and matters and tasks and billing all connected together. And then we put a pretty face on it. And Airtable makes it easy. So it's been huge for us. The main thing just being the API is so accessible. So if you want to learn Make or Zapier and do crazy automations, Airtable really makes that easy. Because it's so easy to get the data you want out. So what the course does is it basically just teaches people to put together a basic case management system in Airtable. So defining your tables. I'll give you an example. Like a lot of case management systems, they only let you track your cases, your matters, your contacts, your tasks, and so on. But I do probate and real estate and estate planning. So I want to track assets. I want to track the 123 Smith Avenue. I want to track the 2007 Chevy and what the value is, and are they put in your trust and stuff like that. Well, there are no legal case management systems that let you track that stuff. Like Filevine is kind of close, but like, I'll just say
with a lot of other tools, though. It's not just with File. Yeah, you got to use a lot of other tools with it. You can't just use File. And Filevine's API is not the greatest at the moment. So I will.
Yes, that's a euphemistic way to say it is not the greatest. Had a lot of experience playing with Filevine's API. So Yeah. So in Airtable, you're able to just create a new table. Like I just want to have an assets table. Boom. There you go. Link it to the matter. There you go. Now you have assets for your matters. So it's basically just walking people through like click by click. Here's what you need to do to set this up. And then we go into some early automation, like generating documents with a click, or sending stuff for paper mail with a click, stuff like that. And I'm considering putting together, because people seem to like it, so I'm considering putting together a more advanced course that goes into like pretty extreme stuff, like building a fully automated virtual mailroom with AI and stuff like that, which we've done. But for right now, at least the basic course is just that. It's setting up the case management system and some basic automation, getting into a little familiarity with make.com and using some AI and DocGen tools, and getting your feet wet in that area.